From Gundam Universe, the Machinations, we have the Shenlong Gundam. So let's examine the content of our purchase. So we have the figure of the Shenlong or the Nataku Gundam. We have the staff, the beam for the staff, shield, backpack or flight pack, a set of interchangeable hands, and a stand adapter. Out of the box, this figure comes with fists. So just pop those handsets off for a new or fresh pair of handsets. And they pop in easily and are taken off easily. So let's put on the shield. So this is the details on the shield. And it attaches to the forearm of the figure. And last out, we have the backpack. So this is the details of the backpack. We have some articulation points for the thrusters, and as for the storage for the stuff, we also have an articulation point. So you could angle the point of storage and the point of draw for the stuff. So left-handed or right-handed, your choice. And it fits on easily. Okay. And last of all, let's put the stuff on the back of the figure. So the yellow parts on this action figure, somehow when I took it out of packaging, I was expecting gold, but with regards to the yellow coloration, I really don't have a problem for this scale in 6" or 6.25". Actually, the yellow on these are just right. The blues are just right, the red just right, and the little bit of gray that is on the figure. The oddly shiny color scheme on this action figure would be the greens. So the green on the camera, the green on the chest armor, the green on the shoulder armor. Those are the only shiny parts, including, of course, the beam head for the stuff. Okay, so my only problem with this action figure when I took it out of packaging and was initially making a impression or examining it was some missing points where they should have applied paint to. So immediately I noticed these two portions over here, they should have been painted green too, just like the front. And the eyes of the dragon head on the forearm of this figure, it's supposed to be painted green and black, but we don't, as you could see, we don't have any paint job on the dragon head eye socket. Compared to the other members of the Gundam Wing boy band, this Shenlong or Nataku Gundam is the most highly articulated of them all. Let's discover articulation points. So for the head, we have a wide range of motion. Of course, the helmet is going to hinder some points of articulation with regards to head tilt. So that is just okay anyway. We still have head motion of some sort, and that is the degree or angle of head tilt. Looking up, looking down. So let's move towards the body. So for the body, as you could see, we have that much of tilt for bending forwards, that much of tilt for bending forwards, and a little bit of side to side motion. But I already took this figure apart from the waist area, and there are some points where you could make cut reliefs on this figure to possibly improve more articulation. So as you could see, there is still a lot of space down there. So when you take this figure apart from the waistline, you pop it off anyway, it's just on a ball joint, you still could make relief cuts to make this figure more articulated. But right out of the box, actually, it is already okay. So it's already playable. Alright, so that is just exactly my point. Is it playable out of the box? If you don't want to mess with any of the articulation points, the answer is yes. As for the legs, could raise it that high. For backward kicks, of course, that's the back piece or the back armor is going to hinder. As for forward kicks, you have to assist the figure in raising this skirt protective piece, and that's going to hinder articulation point of kicking forwards. But if you want a different or wide range, then you are open to spread the legs this way for a more dynamic pose. So moving towards the leg and the foot of this figure, so as you could see, we have a thigh cut and a ball for articulation. So 2 points of articulation on just this area over here. And as for the knee, that is the amount of bend that you're able to get. So bend forwards, bend backwards. And as for the foot is just a single piece or a single boot. So we don't have a separate articulation point for here, no separate articulation point for here. It's just one piece. So whenever you move the entire foot, it's going to move in one direction, that way. So we have a rocker and we have a hinge. So for the arms area, of course, this figure has ample articulation of moving the whole arm 360 degrees. So for sideways, of course, if you want more articulation, take the shield off. We have a articulation point for the biceps, so you could rotate the biceps. We have 2 points of articulation for the elbow, and let's take that shield off so you can take a look at the articulation point. So that is much bend that you get from this point. And of course, because the hands are on a ball joint, so it's free to move at ease. Now, the most articulated area on this figure, let's adjust the camera, is going to be on the right shoulder because we have an extension point for the dragon arm. So as for full extension, of course, to complete that feel or that look, so let's take the handset off and fully extend the dragon head and the arm. Okay, so we're ready to measure the length of extension. Of course, it's going to be quite limited because it's a toy, so just within the 4.5 inch length or extension. If you want more, then possibly you could take it off from this angle, and if you have other model kits, just apply some of the parts or joint parts on those model kits and to extend the forearm. But of course, this is going to stay on my display and I don't need that much extension anyway. As for the look, so forward, dragon head. The only thing that we also don't have on this figure would be the fire extensions or fire beam effects. And to complete, of course, how does the staff look? I mean, with the beam attachment. So that is how it looks. So the face or the head sculpt really is nicely done. So the V-fins clean, and of course the collar, the yellow on the collar, nicely painted, so we don't have any over splashes or overlays of the yellow paint. So the details also on the green parts on the shoulder guards, so nice and clean, including the green on the center or the chest armor, really clean. So this is the look at the cockpit. So you're really going to like this figure. So articulation points, so you have rotation. So at the pit or the peak of the length. So as for these articulation points on over here, we don't have any rotation. It's just going to be a hinge point. Hinge point 2 on this side, but we have an articulation point or rotation point over here, or that point, this. So you could rotate dragon head as you please, and of course when in its stored mode, that way. So that is the bicep rotation. So let's put it in its normal looking pose. So this ends my review for the Gundam universe, the Machinations, Shenlong, or the Taku Gundam. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And I think we're ready for the photos and the video shots. So let's bring the other members of the Gundam Wing boy band.